with Bill Verity of Crown Verity, where we've been using his barbecues throughout this series, and we're taking the boat into your place.
Yeah, we're going by boat, and I know you're going to grill up a storm for us today, so I just wanted to give you a perspective from the water. It's a lot different from the water than it is coming in on a driveway.
This is unbelievable, this boat.
Well, thank you. It's 1946, so it's 72 years old. It's a Chris Craft, and they were made in Michigan.
Okay.
And this boat was made famous by the movie On Golden Pond.
Okay. Wow.
Welcome to Oak Ridge Cottage. I think we're going to have some fun today, and I know you're going to grill up a storm. I can't wait.
This is going to be great. So on today's show, we're going to be grilling some vegetables. We're going to do some white eggplant. We're going to do some beets, roasted garlic. We're going to actually teach you how to roast some watermelon, some grilled cheese, I'll leave that alone, and a whole bunch of others. Won't you join me? I always say that, you know, you want to stay out of a hot kitchen. Well, today it's really hot out here. And so we're going to take all the vegetables that normally we would do maybe inside, maybe roast them off. We're going to do it all on our beautiful Crown Verity barbecue out here in Port Carling, and it's going to be absolutely fantastic. And we're going to get started in just a minute. I just kind of wanted to go through a couple vegetables, and we're in that season now. We're in the season where everything's coming in, and it's okay, I know as being a chef, it's always my favorite season, but this truly is my favorite season. We have some fresh onions that we got at the market, peppers growing, you know, again, right off the vine, so you get so much great flavor. Broccolini, if I'm not saying it properly, I'm sorry. And then we have some fresh cauliflower, again, that was just picked this morning, grape tomatoes. They're, again, because we've had such great heat and great sun, our tomatoes are starting to come a little bit early. And then I thought I'd bring two different varieties of eggplant. So we have a white eggplant and just a purple eggplant. A little bit sweeter with the white one, just a little bit. And of course, some beets that we're going to roast off. And again, just put them in a salad, and it's so easy. We're all doing everything outside, so you're not going to get your cottage hot at all. And it's going to be perfect. So we're going to get started first of all with our beets. And we're just going to take some tin foil. Now, I always buy the big one because we go through it so much. And this is a heavy duty, and this is what you want to do when you're actually barbecuing. You want to have the heavy duty foil so that the heat doesn't go too quickly, or that it breaks or rips, and then you have all the juice coming out, and then it kind of dries out. And as we've mentioned before, we don't want anything drying out. So I'm just going to rip this off. Put this here, and when there's no salt, no pepper, we're going to season it and put a little bit of butter on it later. So we're just going to put it into some foil like this. Turn your foil over, just like so. And I'm going to do it one more time, again, just so that nothing leaks out and that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put it on top, the top rack. You don't want to put it on the lower rack. You want to keep it on the top. Then it's a little bit more indirect heat. They're going to roast off beautifully. Then you can peel them, and away you go. Now, I've washed them so all the dirt's off. If you don't want to peel the beets, don't forget the skin's going to give you some great flavor, and also extra nutrients that are in the skin that if you peel it off, it's gone, right? So we're going to do that. And then what the other one we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to roast a pepper. And this is one vegetable and one way of cooking that burning is not a bad thing. You know, a lot of times, you know, my wife will always joke when she was younger and cooking for the kids, she'd say, you know, it would be caramelized, which meant it was really burnt. So this is one recipe that you can do, and it's really great to burn them. So we're going to take a whole bunch of red peppers. We have our barbecue. It's about 500 degrees. You want to be between 500 and 600 degrees when you put these on. And they're just going to go in the back. We're just going to leave them there, and then we're going to char them on each side. It usually takes about 2 minutes per side, and you'll be good to go. The other dish we're going to do, and this is truly one of my faves, is we're going to take some of our tomatoes, just some grape tomatoes. And last year, we actually were at the hothouse, and we saw the grape tomatoes growing here in Ontario, that they actually get to grow all year round now. Great flavor, you know, use both. Put a little bit of olive oil. It's about, you know, for really keeping track, it'd be about a half a cup of olive oil onto your tomatoes. And then you're going to put them in, and this is indirect, so the heat's not on the barbecue at all. We're going to put our tomatoes on there, cast iron fry pan, or a thick bottom fry pan is what you're looking for. You don't want to have a thin bottom one, because if you do, the heat will go through too fast and it's going to burn on you. So you want it to be nice and easy heat. And with the magic of TV and getting here earlier, we have some beautiful roasted tomatoes, and I'm just going to put them down below. Now this is where a little bit of safety comes in. You know, I'm putting it down below, the handle's down there, down and tucked in. Or if you want, put a tea towel, wrap it around the handle, so that, let's say your grandkids or your kids come up and they don't grab the hot handle. You know, a lot of times when we're cooking in the kitchen, we tend to forget about the hot handles and grab them and burn them, and it's not a good thing. So again, just either put it down out of the way, maybe wrap it around with a tea towel, and you'll be good to go. So we have our tomatoes on now. We're just going to take our peppers. I'm just going to show you. We're just going to start getting the char. That's what we're looking for. Turn those over, and then very fortunate, again, just picked up some fresh Ontario garlic at TJ's farm, and you can just get it so often now. A lot more people are actually growing it in their gardens, which is great because you can keep it. And just remember, when you're storing garlic does not like to be in the refrigerator. It likes a cool, dark area, dry area. So, you know, you can leave it on your countertop, you know, maybe farther back. If the sun kind of comes into your cottage, you don't want too much heat with it, but you definitely want it to be dry and not damp, because then the mold will start happening on your garlic, and that's not a good thing. So we're just going to take 3 cloves of garlic. We're going to roast them all off, put them on now. A lot of times people will, you know, peel it down, put olive oil on it. You're not being lazy, and you can just peel it back by 1 layer, just like so. And then put that on the barbecue. If you're leery about, you know, sometimes because it's so just picked, a little bit more moisture in it, you can lay it on a piece of tin foil, and then that way, if it does kind of, okay, for lack of better words, explode because of the steam in it, it's not going to go all over your grill. It's just going to stay on the, but we're going to keep an eye on it. So we're going to put 1 there. And again, this is going to go over the tomatoes that we have the indirect heat on. Peel this back, like so. And then the other one, I'll just show you afterwards that we're not going to peel it back at all. You don't need to put anything else on it. You don't need to put oil on it. You don't need to put salt and pepper on it. It's going to be lots of flavor. And for those of you who sometimes, you know, don't like the pungency and the sulfur of the garlic, this is going to calm it down. So it's going to taste more like a toasted wheat versus, you know, the big garlic that you think when you have a Caesar salad. So come back to our peppers. And they're charring up nicely. So you can see that guy there. We're just going to let it go even more than that. Yes, it's perfect that way. And the great thing is when you roast off peppers too, you're changing a little bit of the flavor, and it's also going to, you know, some people can't eat raw peppers. You can eat roasted peppers all day long. And I have some chili peppers, jalapenos, grown here in Ontario, and we're going to put those on because we're going to make a little bit of cucumber salsa. They're going to go on the direct heat. We're just going to blister them. So we're just going to get a little bit of char on it, turn it over, and then bring it out, and then we'll use it into our dish. Like I said, a cucumber chutney, which will be absolutely fantastic salsa. And then we're going to take our cauliflower. Now I'm going to surround our cauliflower around our garlic. Again, indirect heat. Too hot is going to burn too quickly, and then you're going to have a really burnt, you're going to have a really burnt, bitter taste versus the sweetness when you roast off your vegetables. So here we go. And having a nice big barbecue, you know, over 30 inches, 36, 40, kind of lets you do more with it. You know, that you're not always just trying to make do with a smaller one. If you have a smaller one, great. But if you can get a bigger one, it's always a good thing. Again, just turning it over. We're going to take our broccolini. We're going to put that right beside the tomatoes. Now, if you have a wood-fired or charcoal grill, put the vegetables on there on the side, a little bit of radiant heat, let a little bit of smoke get into them, and you'll never go back to just eating regular vegetables. Smoky vegetables are great. And we're just going to take our onion for our quinoa salad, and again, just cutting it into thick pieces. Putting it right on our grill. And the smell, like right away when the onion comes out, it's just fantastic. Our peppers are almost done. Tomatoes doing its thing, our beets. And then just finally getting everything ready to go. And we're going to come back later to these, but when you grill watermelon, it's absolutely fantastic. And we're going to do a couple desserts with grilled watermelon and some peaches and plums in just a minute, but we'll come back to that. And finally, we're going to take our eggplant. Again, just washed it. I'm not peeling any skin off. Cut it about 1.5 centimeters. Take our purple eggplant again. And we're going to put that right on our grill. And this is the only one that I'm going to put a little bit of salt on it, because the salt helps bring the natural sugars out of the eggplant. Like so. It's been so humid filming, the salt doesn't even want to come out. You're probably thinking, Chef, you're putting lots of vegetables on, and where we're going to go. We're going to make 3 different recipes in a couple minutes, and then all this is going to kind of come out at the same time, is which way we're always looking for when we're cooking. We don't want to be spending too much time here because we have a beautiful lake that we need to be in very shortly. So we're going to take our peppers, and once they're done, as you can just see this beautiful pepper right here, we're going to put them on our cutting board, charring them up really nicely. We're going to let those cool for just a minute. Take a Ziploc bag, and you want the stem to cool down just a little bit when you put them here so it doesn't melt the bag. Put them in like so. Leave them for a half an hour. You can go a little bit longer than that, but a half an hour. And then you're going to grab them. And with the magic of TV, you're going to take them, out they come, and then it's going to peel really nicely for you, just like so. And like I said, look at how nice and charred they are. Like I said, you're allowed to burn something. Finish that. Grab our cloth. We're going to turn our eggplant over, our onion over, which is just kind of nice little grill marks on it right now. And when you come back, you're going to see so many different recipes using some great, amazing grilled vegetables. We're grilling on our Crown Verity, which doesn't get much better than this in paradise. So won't you join me? So I'm sitting here with Bill Verity in Paradise. Bill, this is a beautiful spot you have up here.
Well, thank you. We love it.
So what got you started making barbecues?
Well, Katie and I, my wife Katie and I, started the company 27 years ago in 1991, and we were distributing food service equipment, and we realized that there was a demand for commercial grills for outside use, and no one was really doing it. So we developed that niche market 27 years ago, and have never looked back.
Wow, wow. So you have a saying about your grill.
Yes, we like to say, buy your last barbecue first.
Gosh.
And as you know, occasionally we'll get a barbecue to be reconditioned, and it's 24, 25 years old. We'll recondition it, and the owners don't think it's their original barbecue because they just look like they've been used for a couple of weeks.
So, and you go to the nth degree of making these barbecues perfect.
Absolutely. It's all about quality and reliability, and as I say, we like to say, buy your last barbecue first. It's an investment for 40, 50 years. So
now I have at home, I have your mobile barbecue that most like golf courses or hotels use. I also have your wood burning / charcoal barbecue that, as you know, I've been cooking so much on. It's been absolutely fantastic. I just love it. And then you also have a home line, don't you?
Yes, we came out with a residential barbecue line called the Estate Series. This is our third season, and it's going like a rocket. It's really, really taking off. We're really, really proud of it. It's very innovative, and we're constantly improving it.
Can you share a little bit of the innovation with me?
Some of the innovation, it's I really don't want to say it because we're launching it for 2019, but some pretty nice stuff going on.
So I'm going to be waited with bated breath.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I think I should go back upstairs and I should do some work for you.
Let's get grilling.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
So welcome back, and now we're going to grill some fruit and take some of the other vegetables that we have, and I've taken some off. Our onions are done, our eggplant's done. As you can see, our peppers, and I showed you how to peel that. And again, that you can actually char it and be absolutely fantastic with it. So while we're waiting, we're going to grab some of our broccoli out and our cauliflower. Those right like so. Look at that, beautiful golden brown. The ends again getting brown, which is again going to give that really nice sweet flavor. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take some plums and some peaches, and I'm going to grill them. And the great thing with the Crown Verity is that you have a cooler spot at the front of the barbecue versus the back of the barbecue. So I'm going to put my fruit there so I don't overcook it. And as we were talking with Bill earlier, you know how much desire he is to a perfectionist of making this barbecue the best you ever have. So we're going to put that down there. We have our grill on. We're going to put our watermelon on. And now I'm going to move a couple things around. Our watermelon's on. And then I have some grilled, sorry, I don't have them grilled yet, but I have some halloumi cheese, which is an Indian cheese. It's very dense. You can grill it. It will not melt on your grill. Show you that in just a second. Grab our beets. Again, you just want to be really careful when you're doing this because it's going to be very hot. And there you go, you have some amazing beets. We're just going to cut that in half and just see how nice and tender they are. Look at that. That guy in. Come down the half. Remember, you don't have to peel the skin off. And they're just going to be beautiful. Move this out of our way. And then we're going to take a little bit of quinoa. We're going to put it on the side of our serving plate here. Some of the eggplant, just like so. We're going to hit it with just a little bit of fresh lime juice. Lime juice, lemons are like sunshine, brighten every dish that you have. Turn our cheese over. Turn our watermelon over. Our plums are almost. While we're doing that, we're going to make a little bit of a salsa. Grab our cucumber, just nicely diced. A little bit of lime juice. I have some fresh mango. Let's stir this together. Grab a clove of our roasted garlic. Peel the skin back just like so. Just opening our barbecue so that I can actually keep an eye on it. Again, just a nice fine dice. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. We're going to give it a little bit of heat with our pepper, our jalapeno, just a touch. I'm really hoping Bill likes some heat. And then what we're going to do, grab a bowl from down here. Grab our cheese. As you can just see, our beautifully grilled cheese. Put our cucumber and mango salsa on top. If you want, you can add some fresh basil to this. You could add some fresh cilantro if you have that growing in your garden. Just kind of chop it over top and it'll be absolutely perfect for you. And then we're just going to finish up our fruit. We're going to grab one piece, as you can just see, our beautiful watermelon. Move this out of the way. We're going to dice this up. Just like so. And you notice that I kept some of the white on the watermelon. You can eat it. It's really great for you. Put the watermelon over our quinoa. We're going to drizzle it with a little bit of olive oil. That's done. We're going to finish up one more dish. Move this to the side. And the great thing when it's this warm, you don't have to worry about anything cooling down anytime soon. I have my plums and peaches doing their thing. We have our tomatoes, which I've already done, which I've cooled down the pan a long time ago. We're going to take our roasted tomatoes. Just look how great they look. Now couscous, again, a nice Mediterranean grain, really simple and easy to make. It takes 5 minutes. You bring it up to a boil. Really great. If you don't have that, you want to use some rice and you want to use some more of the quinoa, you can do that. We're going to take some of our eggplant, put that just like so. A little bit of our onion, our roasted peppers, breaking them apart. Then I have some couscous, and I just put in some vegetable stock and just a touch of cinnamon to give it some great flavor. And then what you do is you just kind of stir it together. It puffs up. Absolutely fantastic. Now, if your family's not that adventuresome and you want to, bring it even more, you just grill some chicken breasts off, and it'll be absolutely perfect for you. There we have that. We're going to hit it again with just a little bit of fresh lime juice. And if you have some fresh basil in your garden, you can chop some fresh basil over top of this. It's absolutely fantastic. And just to finish up, because we got to do some dessert, because everybody knows how much a big sweet tooth I have. So we're going to take some plums. and some peaches. And we're going to grab some mascarpone cheese, which is that Italian cream cheese that just invites everybody to eat. Take a little bit of that out. Put it onto our plate, like so. Grab some fresh blueberries. And the great thing when you roast off peaches and plums that aren't too ripe, they bring the natural sugars out. You put that on the mascarpone cheese, it melts, and it tastes amazing. So we're going to the table here, and first of all, thank you for having me. This has been absolutely fantastic.
Thank you
have
for
a
coming.
beautiful place here. So you have our roasted beets, the roasted cauliflower, the roasted broccolini, and then we have our grilled watermelon with some quinoa, and again, this fly that's not going away.
No,
And then we have our grilled cheese with our cucumber mango salsa, and of course couscous with a whole bunch of vegetables. Dig in, enjoy it, and then finish up with some amazing mascarpone cheese, and then roasted plums and peaches. And you guys, again, thank you very much.
Cheers to Chef D.
Thank you.
Yo, check this out.